Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, Little Red Riding Hood lived with her mother in a small house near the woods. One day her mother said, "Your granny is not feeling well. Please take her a cake and some medicine. But remember, don't stop on the way and never talk to strangers." The girl took a basket with the cake and medicine and set off to visit her granny, who lived on the other side of the woods. It was a sunny day, and Little Red Riding Hood walked along the forest path. She looked around and saw many beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a wolf appeared from behind a tree. "Where are you going, little girl?" he asked. "I am going to my granny's house," said Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf got an idea. "Why don't you pick some flowers for your granny?" he said. And then the wolf quickly ran off into the forest. Little Red Riding Hood listened to the wolf and started picking flowers. Meanwhile, the wolf ran fast to Granny's house. He looked through the window and saw Granny sleeping in her chair. Quietly, the wolf opened the door and went inside. He ate poor Granny, put on her clothes, and got into her bed to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. In a few minutes, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at Granny's house. She went to the bedroom and opened the door. "Granny, you look strange," she said. "What big eyes you have! What big ears you have! And what big teeth you have!" The wolf smiled and said, "So that I can see you better. So that I can hear you better, my dear. And so that I can eat you better." Suddenly the wolf jumped out of bed and ate Little Red Riding Hood in one big gulp. Then the wolf asleep. A hunter who was walking near Granny's house heard some noise. That was the wolf snoring. "What's that sound?" the hunter wondered. He went inside and saw the wolf sleeping in Granny's bed. The hunter cut open the wolf's belly, and out came Granny and Little Red Riding Hood, both very happy to be safe. "Thank you for saving us," they said to the hunter. The hunter, Granny, and Little Red Riding Hood found some big stones and put them into the wolf's belly while he was asleep. They hid behind a wardrobe and were waiting. The wolf woke up and felt very thirsty. He wanted to drink water from a well in the garden, but as he tried to drink, the stones made him fall into the well, and that was the end of him. Finally, Granny, Little Red Riding Hood, and the hunter sat at a garden table, eating cake and drinking tea. They were all very happy. "All is well that ends well," said the hunter. Little Red Riding Hood promised never to talk to strangers again and always listen to her mother. And they all lived happily ever after.